Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're not listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And this video right here is for all my INFJs out there. And, you know, we see things kind of differently. So the perception that other people may see us through, a lot of times this is what causes confusion when it comes to the INFJ expressing their pain. Now, if you're an INFJ, you're already going to understand what I'm breaking down. You know, these are things we don't even be readily to express anyway, because we too busy in our own mind and our own intuition and introverted energy trying to figure these things out and how it relate to the external world as far as all the external expressions and how other people plan these things out in many different ways. So we get in that train of thought so long, we lose how we actually feel about it and end up looking at it like a character as this an expression, and we kind of like judge it as that. Other than judging it, is it good for us or not? So the spirit sacrifices itself to that form that we put ourselves in to think that we're doing the right thing to create peace in the world and some type of imaginary concept that, you know, us INFJs may have a lot of times in the world that we be in our mind. That we know is better. We just know we're not in a stage in humanity for it to be that way. So a lot of times with humans, regular humans or other types that's not as rare, when they come across an INFJ, right, and they play out some energy to make the INFJ feel like they can connect with them, you know, the INFJ go ahead and pour everything on because they finally feel like, all right, I have drawn someone in. It's a power that we have that we can draw people in based upon showing this person that we see things in them that we already know this person wouldn't be acting this way, especially if they just came across the INFJ and we kind of like a stranger, but they're around us to become or develop a relationship via business, co-worker, whatever like that. We know that this individual is acting a certain way towards us or in this environment because they lack the validation or the reaction from whatever that they're expressing. And we kind of know what they are expecting from a deep intuitive energy. We kind of know, oh, this person is expecting something because they're probably not getting it from their sibling. Or this person is expecting, and then we will observe that based upon whatever this person is boasting, that we kind of look at like, oh, this is a failure of the human mind, or they don't know no better, or they're lost in statistics, or the gratification energy and stuff like that, as far as society and peer pressures that they're unaware of, and they're just utilizing for forms of survival. So this is the mind of an INFJ when we're looking at certain circumstances and dealing with people. So a lot of times we play the face of this individual, and to this individual mind, they think that, okay, this is someone that understands it. For an example, we can make it clear like this. I might be around you and come to your house as the INFJ because you like me about something, and I might have decided to give you a little bit of energy and come to your house. You already comfortable with me because I already made you feel like I'm accepting of certain things that you may not necessarily know that if I truly care about that or not. Personally, do I do it or not? So I may come to your house. I may see you have a junky room. You know what I'm saying? Now, you allow me to come in your room because when we was outside of your house and how you met me in the first place, we may have had certain discussions that I may have played certain characteristics to relate to you because I need some human connection, to the point that you felt like I might be like you. So when you thinking about me behind closed doors, you might think I do things like you also, like keep your room junky and stuff like that. And even if I do, that don't mean I don't know where everything at. Everything is always organized into an INFJ mind. So sometimes we could tell you to do something better that we may not necessarily be doing for ourselves, nor do we have the actual problems that you develop by being in that situation that we could be just like you. But we won't, like for an example, we both have junky rooms. The difference between me and you is you will lose things all the time. Me, I probably will start losing things if I try to get more clean and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I'm not clean. I'm just using this as an example for an INFJ mind. It's based off pattern. So regardless of how the pattern look, that pattern is how the INFJ remember things, not necessarily within the context of organization kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? And structure. We kind of deal with things from the lens of how that structure got created from a mechanism. So if, regardless of the situation, from a room being junky or not, the mechanism is, this is how I remember something. And if the pattern is just junky or not junky, whatever the template I created, that'll be the situation that I can remember. But for the most part, here's the thing. It's not like that for the average human. And that's the INFJ. They have to grow up and understand that from other people. So when an INFJ meets somebody that they feel like they can connect to, right? That'll be the time that this person allow me in their room and they think that is something I'm accepting. And then that'll be the time I tell them, yeah, your room is junky as fuck. In their mind, they have some perception of me that, oh, this person just like me, within a context that ain't had nothing to do with me being in their house, that they probably just suggest in their own mind, oh, they probably just like me, so I'm gonna allow this person in because they probably accept them. They probably do stuff like this too. And in the moment I show them, no, I don't do that. All my clothes and stuff like that being ordered and categorized and stuff like that. Like, hey, you need to clean this up and things of that nature. All of a sudden, they don't want me coming over their house no more. Welcome to the mind of an INFJ. Now, here's the thing. Nor did we want to come to their house in the first place, but we felt like sometimes we feel guilty of, the position that we place a person that we know in the future we might not want to still hang around, but we know the energy that they get ready to give us, and we know that what we did. So sometimes we feel guilty when we know we're getting ready to get that door slamming energy, but we know that they're not ready for that type of circumstance, so we give a little bit more of ourselves. And sometimes when we get a little bit more of ourselves, it creates more of the illusion in that person's mind that we're acceptable to things that they do on their own time behind closed doors that we know that they get ready to try to invite us to. And then that's going to be that time that we're looking at it like, okay, I'm giving this person a little bit more space. But then the INFJ got to understand that's why we create those exploding moments. And then we explode on a person at a time that we thought that they thought we was going to laugh at their joke. Because behind closed doors, we probably laughed at their joke to make them feel good, to make them think that next time you should come up with a better joke. They bring us around somebody they know, and they're using us for validation because these people probably didn't laugh at the joke, and then they like, yeah, I got somebody with me. The INFJ thinking it's a sidekick where we really Michael Jackson, we really the Janet Jackson, we really the Goldie Hawn, and then for the most part, we really the funnier one. And we just didn't express it because we wanted to share our space with this person on our own time. Then when they bring us around and we could kind of see this person using us for that, we can't give them more space. And then we can't laugh because the joke wasn't even funny when you told us it behind closed doors. And we actually had a funnier joke. So when you tell the joke, we might not still try to hurt your feelings. We might not laugh and then tell our joke and then everybody start laughing. Then that's not for you to get mad at the INFJ and don't want us to come around you no more because you was using us in the first place to be like, okay, these are the people that never laugh. The INFJ laugh when I was with them by myself. So I'm gonna bring this person around my drunk auntie, and then when I say this, I'm gonna make my drunk auntie feel like at least I got somebody to laugh with me, and then that's when the INFJ don't kind of play that role, and then the INFJ kind of say something that gonna kind of make both of y'all think differently and stuff like that. Then the auntie like the INFJ, then the person that brought the INFJ over there no longer want to bring the INFJ over there because now they start to think that the INFJ is much more funnier than them. And in their mind, they was just thinking that the INFJ was supposed to be here to laugh at my jokes. They wasn't supposed to be here to make themselves somebody. And then that's when the INFJ got to be like, okay, it's time for me to start loving myself, and I'm not evil, and I'm not this, and I'm not that. So for the most part, a lot of times when we could say when it comes to our pain, in the INFJ mind, we done dealt with this on our own so much, we know how to keep it quiet, so we're strong-minded. Say we meet somebody, so we barely get human connection. So when we finally do connect with someone, and then we reach that sweet spot internally that we bring out of them, that kind of match the spot that we was in, that we would love to talk to someone about our part about it, or things of that nature, right? We end up expressing it in the language of how they're currently in it or how they're dealing with it. So in our mind, we're not like really in that character, but we express it because we bring that introvert out, like introvert extroverted, and we express it like we're in that moment. So what the INFJ have to realize is this is another power we have that we have to remember. Sometimes we don't know what another individual is receiving. So another individual around us that we're pouring into would take it as, oh, we're depressed in an area that we never expressed to this person before, and we're currently in that state, and we were just hiding it real good. In our mind, we just finally had somebody to talk to about something we already dealt with. We're actually not depressed. So sometimes we manifest situations where people pick points to use that against us so they can look better than us around us and around others and things of that nature. And then that's when we have to show our strong mind, where we don't give them that response that they think that they would get if somebody was to do that to them because they're damaged and stuff. And once they see us not reacting and responding that way and actually being able to help others, how we helped them in the first place, and be able to show them that we don't even act or we don't even react the way we expressed it to you when we was just trying to conversate and relate. And then That shock an individual from the INFJ, because for the most part, they're in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I thought this person was depressed, but they're not acting like the situation once I put them in that situation or things, and thought that they needed something or whatever the case may be. And then when we show an individual that, oh no, we don't need no pity, because sometimes they'll come back tomorrow or call us tomorrow and then express some energy like we're still in that energy, and then we give them some type of nonchalant reaction like, well, I don't even care about it. And then they find themselves caring more about what they think we should be disrespected about than us. You know what I'm saying? They may have seen someone else talking about us. They take it more harder than us because the way we expressed it to them on our own time, they thought that that's the way we feel if we was to be currently in that situation and they was to see somebody and bring that out. So this makes a person confused a little bit. And a lot of times, this what makes them think that, oh, we not who we was, or we wasn't this, that, and the third. Because it'll be a time that they come with us with the same problem, thinking we about to add on to that conversation. It'll be a time that we not even want to think about that no more. But when we was thinking about it, talking about it, they thought we was actually in that energy. So when they come add on, even try to dump their stuff on us, thinking that we get ready to relate about another negative trauma and stuff like that, our mind be on something else, like, and then we didn't even look at it that other way. When we was talking about it, to match their expression. So that's the moment that the INFJ have to realize, like, oh shit, I realize what I just gave this person, which, you know, that little gift that God give us, or if you don't want to sound like that and things of that nature, because, you know, it ain't even fuck religion. But, you know, that's when we start to realize we know what we did. That's when we start to realize we went too far, and we can look at this human and be like, they don't know what we did, and they don't know what we gave, and in their mind it was something else. And then we have no other way of, you know, controlling the circumstance and getting our space back without us hurting people's feelings, when, you know, a lot of times this is how we manifest individuals who think they could put us in a circumstance of hurting our feelings, to the point that it's like they try to put us in a situation of we need them, and the only reason they're around us is because of the quality we had in the first place. So it's a self-reflecting that we start to see a lot of humans be in without them knowing that they're in it themselves. So, you know, that's the weird kind of conundrum that INFJs go through when we have to keep in certain energies a lot of times that we think that we're just expressing because we meet somebody that's relatable, and then we make people get the wrong idea because we could go so in depth and we could bring that out and expressing it like we're actually in that moment, and we can actually confuse people, making them think that on their own time this is actually who we are and we still dealing with it. And then when the situation start to blow up and hit the fan, that's when we have to realize, like, okay, that space for us is not for everybody, because we got some type of extra oomph when it comes to us trying to participate in reality. And we have to understand that, being INFJs, or you're going to continuously create failed relationships, manifest narcs, manifest people who always try to create the self-reflecting of intimidating you because you actually intimidate them, so they don't know that's what they're doing. So it just look like in the third dimension that they're testing you, but then we know what's going on in their mind. Yeah, and things of that nature. They're actually trying to figure out why we're not intimidated by them, and they're trying to intimidate us to pull that out. And then sometimes we allow them to go beyond boundaries to the point we have to show them why we wasn't intimidated in the first place, and allowing you to do what you do to make you think that you can intimidate, which only works on others, which that's what we're looking at the whole time. And we have to learn that everything, it don't have to always get to that point and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to actually give individuals grace because they don't know what they're doing. And the thing that we're doing, that we're strong at, is utilizing the mind. And I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. And shout out to all my INFJs. Only y'all will understand this.